This week in movies, The Hunger Games returns with a new prequel and the story of how a finished $70 million film almost got shelved by a big studio. Here to break it all down for us is our film critic, Rad. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me back.
It's great to see you. I want to start out with the drama starting around the live-action animation movie Coyote versus Acme, because this is not the first time this studio has done this. So let's talk about this.
Yes, and what they did specifically, so this is WB Discovery. They basically took this movie Coyote versus Acme, which is a completed film, and they're like, let's just throw it in the trash for a tax break. That was which is baffling,
mind-blowing.
Right? Yeah.
And it was co-produced by the legendary James Gunn and starring John Cena.
Yeah,
as well.
exactly.
Yes.
It's a live-action movie that is about Wile E. Coyote suing the live-action mixed with animation, as you said before.
Right.
About Wile E. Coyote suing the Acme company for making faulty products where he can't kill the Roadrunner. So great premise.
It is, really.
It's a great
I love
premise.
it.
Yeah, and insiders were saying that like it was testing well with audiences, so people were really disappointed. And you know, when WB Discovery, when they did it before, when they did it for Batgirl, when they did it for Scooby-Doo, Hollywood Haunt, like the excuse or the story was that these movies were unreleasable, they were really bad. But because all of the comments around this Wile E. Coyote movie was like so positive, and they still scrapped it, and especially in the moment where you're gonna have a content glut after this strike, and you still scrap a movie just because you're reducing it to a line item, that was, really caused a stir in Hollywood. And a lot of people apparently, according to the Hollywood Reporter, a lot of people were canceling their meetings with WB Discovery because they were like, oh, if this is how they're going to treat their labor, how they're going to treat artists, we don't want to have anything to do with them. And that's why I think it hit a sore spot, because like you come out of the strike where the people were fighting for valuing labor and artists, and then you have this news breakout at the same time that the strike is resolved where they're clearly not valuing the labor of artists.
Well, it's good that it's back.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to
Right, I should say, so they did reverse course, and now after the reaction, they did reverse course, and instead of trashing it, they're allowing the filmmakers to sell it off to another distributor.
Okay, good to know. Well, the world of The Hunger Games is now expanding with a big screen adaptation of Suzanne Collins' prequel novel, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. So let's watch the trailer for that.
After everything you've seen out there in the world, what are the Hunger Games for?
All right, Rad, I gotta know, what did you think of the prequel?
Well, like right there you said the word prequel, and I'm typically allergic to that phrase.
That's why I'm asking.
Prequel franchise, but I was really into this one, surprisingly so. Of course, because you got great performers like Viola Davis, this new guy that's giving real Ryan Gosling heat, playing Coriolanus Snow, who you might remember as in the first movie.
Right.
Coriolanus Snow was played by Donald Sutherland. He's like the president of Pan Am, really villainous figure. This is about how he comes up, how he's working, how he's making his way in Pan Am as a student, how he is inspired to revolution by the songbirds played by Rachel Ziegler, who has to compete in the games, and how his idealism is discovered but then breaks. And what I really appreciate about this movie is like a lot of people were complaining that this movie's too long. It's 2.5 hours long. I could have dug it for even longer. I think it deserves the space to really explore kind of the long emotional journey and ideological journey its characters go on. And what I really love about this movie is like it's genuinely having conversations about how tyranny is born from self-preservation, essentially, and how like people condone state-sanctioned violence out of a fear of desperation, or a fear and desperation out of, right? And so it's not a movie that's perfect. Like certainly there's storytelling flaws and stuff, but the fact that this movie is trying to be like the Lawrence of Arabia of YA movies, is ambitious, and I'll take that ambition. I think the ambition eclipses its faults.
All right, so who is this for?
This is for people who like movies, like if you like the series Andor, but specifically like the political episodes of Andor, I think you'll like this. And if you like Superman Returns, which I know a lot of people fault, but I think was a lot more soulful and meditative than a lot of people give it credit for, then you'll like this.
All right. Well, I love hearing all of that, and I loved Andor, so that's good to know. Thank you so much, Rad.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.